Jealousy is really admiration that turned bitter. It's proof that you're actually doing something worth noticing. Okay, so what you actually want in your job, you have your job, you're working at this place, you work for the military, you work for CVS, you work for Target, and you have people commenting, oh, well, look who the wind brought in today, Mrs. Overachiever over here, right? Because you're trying to get that promotion and they want to try to bring you down. Let them talk. You know what? You can stand there proudly and say, yeah, I am an overachiever because I want to grow 35-inch biceps and huge trap muscles, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 things that you can do that are going to help you be more confident and secure within yourself, so that if anyone has anything ever to say, you just tell them to subscribe to Yelena's YouTube channel and stop being a prick. Why should you even listen to me? Well, I get all the kind of comments, honey. I get all the comments. I'm like, keep bringing it because it only makes my biceps into 40 inches. If anyone tells you you're too much, just look them in the eye and you said, so why don't you go find less? Because it works every time. They're just going to stare at you like this. This one is for you, okay? So you walk in the room, you feel eyes all over you, and your confidence is through the roof right now. You didn't do anything wrong. All you did was exist. And but, because you remind people of what they wish they could be, they hate on you. What I want you to do is remember that people don't hate you. They hate that your presence is exposing their insecurities. This is just natural human being stuff. Okay, we naturally, our egos will feel threatened when we see something or someone challenging it. But the kicker is that you can control your ego, because your ego will destroy your life if you're not careful. Okay, and not everyone will like what they see when they look at you. It doesn't matter what they say. As long as they say something, you have the power. Why? Because attention is power. You're working at your job, you work in a corporate America, and you have negative naysayers. Now, sometimes it's not worth to stay there because it's not worth your time of day. It's not worth the money because negative people and negative things, it's not worth the money. But I digress. But let's just say you walk in, you have these negative vibrations coming in at you. What do? You let them talk. Let them talk. Let them create a story and let them recreate the narrative of things that never happened to make them feel better than themselves. Why? Because attention is power. The moment they have your name coming out of their mouth is the moment you want, right? Because attention is power. You want them to talk about you. You need them to talk about you. You desire them to talk about you because they can't help but realize that when you walk into the room, egos shatter, and the moment you walk into the room, the timelines shift because that's how powerful you are. And some people can't stand the fact that you carry yourself with power and that you refuse to shrink. You actually rise above the waters. This one. Stop trying to please everyone. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your life. Okay, don't tell everybody your life story. Not everyone needs to know everyone and everything about you. Okay, share some little things here and there, but leave some mystery. Let them imagine and create things and make a story for themselves to make themselves feel better. Because, you see, the more they can create a story out of you, the better and more powerful you are. Okay? The more you try to explain, the more energy you waste. The more you try to correct them, the more power you give away. The more free real estate you give them inside of your mind, the more you lose. Your growth will make some people uncomfortable. That's not your responsibility to fix. You're with a partner, you're with a man, you're with a woman, okay? And they don't meet your standards, they don't meet your boundaries, they don't meet your expectations, and they want to shrink you to their level. Sayonara, out the door you go. Why? Because don't try to fix people. Stop trying to fix people. You're not their mama. You're not the daddy. Oh, but I love him. But I love her. I love her so much. Well, let me tell you something. Let me ask you something. If you love them so much, why are you investing more into them than they are willing to invest in themselves? Okay? So put yourself first. Now, some people may say, oh, well, that's really selfish of you, Yelena. You're very selfish. You're a little arrogant. You're like, you know what? Think of the crab analogy. Okay? People are going to do what's best for themselves. Don't try to save people that are not willing to save you or not willing to save themselves, because you are going to waste your energy and time is the most precious asset that you are ever and will ever have. So don't waste it. This one is to use their words and comments as fuel. Every comment, every fake smile, every false story that they make, and how they lie about you at your job, right? People are lying about you and say that you didn't do something when you actually, like, you didn't do your job, but you were actually doing your job. The more haters that you have, the more people that don't like you, the stronger you'll be. Because the more people that you have that are trying to give you reasons to not do what you need to do or to be hateful towards you, the more hate that you have, the more it stacks up. Okay, the more you stacks up, the stronger you get when you lift them. Okay, think of it like free weights. Okay, every hateful comment, every hateful person, or every negative encounter, you put it in a bucket, a bunch of buckets. Okay, next thing you know, you have 1 to 5 buckets of hateful comments. But here's the kicker, is that the more they stack up onto you and the more you stand up with them on your shoulders, the stronger you get when you stand up, because it's building you, right? It's building you. Iron sharpens iron. You're getting stronger and stronger every single time. But some people, what they choose to do instead is they put all the hate in these buckets and they let it shrink them. They shut down is what happens. They surrender. They fall and they stay down with all these buckets laying on them and say, oh, I don't know what happened. Everyone doesn't like me. No, don't lay there like a fool and say, oh, woe is me. No, use it as the fuel to stand up and squat those 450,000 pounds instead of laying down with the 450,000 pounds on you. You see, it's all about half cup full versus half cup empty. Next one is my favorite fragrance is Untouchable. Untouchable. The most powerful move is to stay focused. Okay? Sometimes you got to be a little nonchalant. They say you want to go to the party, you say no. They say you want to go to the party, you say yes. Then they ask you, what do you really want to do? You say, I don't know. See, they'll never know. Why mystery? Why information? Why silence wins? When success is put first versus you trying to defend yourself. Okay? Because when you're truly confident, you are untouchable. When you know yourself, okay, you don't need validation. You don't need comments reassuring you. If anything, you want negative comments. You want negative comments because the moment you get negative comments and hateful stuff is the moment you're doing something right, because you're triggering. Right? You're triggering an emotional response out of that person. And if you can do that, you have power. You have power because now you have control. Number 3, stop giving out free real estate. So don't rent out space in your mind to people who don't pay your bills or support your vision. So anytime a negative comment or negative something comes in, whether it be online or offline, ask yourself, is this going to matter in 5 seconds, in 5 minutes, or in 5 years? If the answer is no, which it most likely is, then move on. Number 4 is channel it into progress. Use that jealousy and hateful comments from that guy or girl and use it to make you even hotter. Make it be the reason as to make more money, to be more successful, to be more secure, to be healthier, to be the best version of yourself. This is one of the reasons why when people get out of a relationship, they actually become even more attractive because they use that energy that they poured into this other person and they're pouring it back into themselves, and next thing you know, they are like a new person. Last one is to stay unapologetically yourself. Now I hear this word thrown around pretty often, and it's kind of thrown around in a toxic way, so I'm going to say this as gently as I can, which is you don't need to explain your decisions, your reasons, your character to people that don't and are not capable of understanding you. Okay, so remember, don't lose your identity. Don't lose your sense of self to people that want to use it to weaponize it against you. Okay, and even if you do share information and they share it against your consent, and you didn't want to necessarily have them share that information, be secure within yourself that you've overcome those inner demons and those inner battles with yourself. That it doesn't matter what they say. It really does not matter what they say because they can recreate the story and try to put words in your mouth. But when you're secure within yourself, all you have to say is, okay, Why? Because okay is a full sentence. No is a full sentence. Yes is a full sentence. No comment is still an answer. All right? So be a little nonchalant. Give them some room to make up a story in their mind. Now you may be wondering, but what they're saying is not true about me, Yelena. What they're saying about me is false. They're hating on me. Let them hate. Give them a reason to talk about you. Give them a reason to talk about you. They want to spread rumors. Let them do it. Let them do it. They want to say that you did this, but you actually did this. Let them do it. That's all you have to say. Okay. Don't waste your time correcting them. Because they're peasant and they're down here and you are up here. Don't lower yourself. Let them talk. And channel all that energy, right? All that energy, pour it into yourself to be better.